and welcome to today's video. I will be discussing the basics of art and what to look for or think about when creating it. First one we'll touch on is shape. Easily, one pops into your head, right? A triangle, square, circle, etc., etc. So why is it important? Well, shapes can be found all around us, to the books on a shelf, tires on a car, to the sun in the sky. Things are not just one shape either. Traffic lights use rectangles and circles, and even flowers use a variety of different shapes. So if you really want to make your art look like something, you want to incorporate shape. Next is color. We all have a favorite color, and without color, our world would be dull and empty. You may not want to use color all the time in your work, but when you do, it is handy to know what works and what doesn't. Let me introduce you to the color wheel. This tool shows all of our basic colors, and I will explain each category that they belong in. Briefly, I want to go over the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Red, blue, and yellow are a part of the primary colors because the other colors together cannot create them, and therefore it makes them the base for all other secondary colors appear when the primaries are mixed together, so that would be your purples, greens, and oranges. When you mix primaries and secondaries, tertiary colors are created, so you get yellow, orange, blue, green, etc. Darker colors associated with the cold, like purple and blue, would be part of the cool colors, while the warm colors consist of red, orange, and yellow. Combinations that are complementary to one another are found at opposite sides of the wheel. For example, red and green would be complementary. Thinking about color combinations and what does or does not look good can be described by color theory, which is a very complex idea that shows the relationships between colors. Lines. Lines can be thick or thin, squiggly or ruler straight, and it all depends on what you're trying to make. Comparing the different types of lines would be like looking at different kinds of hair. Some have really short curls while others have long straight hairs. It is the same with lines, and what lines you decide to use really depends on what you are trying to depict and draw. Life drawings may involve more curves and waves, and technical blueprints would include straight lines and exact measurements. Other, more advanced considerations for your artwork would be shading and perspective. Shading can be included in all types of work and simply indicate how bright or dark a setting is. With a dark environment, you will not find bright colors, and areas that are farther from the light would be darker than those that are closest to a light source. Light settings have brighter colors, and shadows are hard to find unless there are folds or bends to be shown in the drawing. Perspective can also be shown by shading. Things that are far away are lightly colored and smaller compared to an object that is up close and clear to the eye. Those objects will show clear colors, and even smaller details can be found. Perspective also involves shape, because the shape of a book when it stands upright will be different from seeing it on a tabletop. It depends on how you want the viewer of your art to look at it, so consider perspective. It adds skill and vision. Now I know that was a lot of information to absorb, but do not feel bad with watching this video again, looking it up online, or referencing other artists, because doing things just takes practice. Practice is key with anything, even growing your art skills, and I believe in all of you who want to become great artists. I hope you guys liked this video, and don't be shy to share it around, or maybe subscribe. What other topics do you want me to discuss? Leave it down in the comments.